Okay, hi guys, it's been a few weeks already since work started. So today I'm going to show you what have been constructed and done and awaiting for the carpentry works. Okay, so this is the entrance area. You can see that the false ceiling has been leveled up. The previous false ceiling was actually lower, so that created a very uneven ceiling and also the height of the carpentry works. So after some discussion, we decided to remove the lower ceiling and then just level up everything, so the carpentry works height will be consistently at this 2.5 meter there about. Over here you can see that the cabinet has been removed, this part here, and of course the kitchen cabinet is coming soon. So between the bedroom and the living, I've added this divider wall. Okay, this is in partition wall, and of course inside there's a sound insulation. So there's going to be a feature wall, okay, done by the carpenter, and then cover up the entire piece, covering up the entire partition. And of course there's going to be a flush fitted door towards the bedroom. My client has existing TV console, so what I'll be doing is just to add some storage cabinet and display on top. Okay, let's go into the master. Okay, so over here you can see that the flooring, okay, this is the existing flooring condition. The timber flooring polisher is able to remove all this marking. So if your existing flooring or a place that you have bought has got such condition, you can ask your vendor to actually just polish them down. Okay, and of course you can see that there's a gap here. So this gap is for expansion and contraction, so no need to patch it up, okay, because all this will be covered up by the skirting. Okay, so next we go to the bathroom. So the entire bathroom, the floor and the wall tiles were removed or hacked away, and then all the pipings will change. Okay, all these are concealed pipings, and just to take note that you must know where are the locations of all these concealed pipings, because that's when you have to highlight to your carpenter or plumber when they are fixing up certain fittings or carpentry works. They have to take note that they shouldn't drill onto those concealed pipings. Okay, so over here you can see that the tiles here are using the 1002 by 600 wall tiles. On the floor you can see that is matching color with the wall, except that it's a smaller piece, 600 by 600, to allow a better water flow towards the floor trap. And over here is a shower screen. You can see that I've instructed my tiler to insert a U channel. Okay, so the fixed panel will be here, and then there's a sliding door, okay, at the back. And over here, this is also the same tile as the floor. Okay, so basically it goes like that. My carpenter has already completed the carpentry works, so they are doing some final touch-up. I'll show you what I've designed, and at the same time show you how I enclose the kitchen. Okay, so let's take a look now. So right now I'm at the main entrance. Okay, so I've already seen some of a few areas that need to be adjusted. So I'm just going to tell you where are the areas that I've spotted, okay, that need adjustment. Okay, so on the left here is actually the shoe cabinet. Okay, so it's a full height shoe cabinet with a small niche at the side. So the switch is over here. So there's a LED strip at the bottom. Okay, so over here you can see there's the DB. So at the DB usually you have lots of cable running down. Okay, at the bottom here is actually a bunch of cable So all this, your carpenter will have to box it up. Okay, and then of course this one can be a removable box up. What are the areas that spotted that need to be rectified? Okay, so when you come in, can you see this door line? Okay, this door line, the center part here is protruding out a little bit. Okay, the reason is because it's using the magnetic tip on. So magnetic tip on, you can see here it's quite tight. Okay, it's quite flush. When it comes to here, okay, so this part here, you see I can't even push my finger through. So this part here needs to be adjusted, meaning magnetic tip on has to perhaps push out a little bit more so that this part here doesn't protrude out like that. Okay, so you can see it's quite obvious because there's some lights coming from the balcony. Okay, so here and then here as well. You see I can't push my finger through. Okay, so this door has to be adjusted. Okay, other than that, everything is fine. Okay, so once you come into the so-called dining area, this is the fridge. Okay, so on top there's lots of storage at the side as well. This panel here, can you see this side panel that can be opened up? Okay, this is for easy cleaning of the fridge. Right, anything that's behind the fridge can be cleaned easier because my client has got 2 dogs, so he's worried that the fur might get trapped behind the fridge. So he said, can we do something to open up so he can clean the area there? So this is how you can do it, but you can see that the design intent is all flush. Okay, the top as well, the top are all the storage, so it continues here. So this side panel door becomes part of the door in front. Okay, you can't tell that it's a door opening from this direction. Okay, so initially this kitchen cabinet has got a sliding glass door and then some clear glass panel over here. So I removed them because I want the sliding glass door to be integrated into the design. So I've done this sliding glass door, okay, with a clear glass with a frame. So this frame curves a little bit at the corner, just one corner. Okay, with a recessed handle, and it's a soft opening and soft closing. The layout of this kitchen is kind of fixed, so you can't really do much because it's quite limited space. At the back is the bomb shelter. So we have decided to put the built-in oven above the washing machine, okay, in order to save some space. So this is an L counter. Okay, this is an induction hob. The sink is here, and at the bottom here is a peninsula counter that acts as a dining table as well. Okay, so the depth has to be deeper. Okay, so it's as deep as the base cabinet there. Okay, so the sintered stone top will actually cover up here, right? Not here. Cover up here all the way straight. Then at the front, there's some simple fluted design. Okay, then with a LED light at the bottom. So this gives you a bit more storage also. A chest of drawers here, and then 2 deep drawers. So at the top is just some simple storage. This is a flip up panel with a dish rack. Because you can buy the pull down dish rack. It's all very personal preference. So whether you want to do that or not is really up to you. Okay, so how I finish up the pelmet. Okay, you can see here. It's always nicer to finish up the pelmet all the way up to the ceiling rather than having just a thin pelmet for the track. Importantly is when the door is open, my preference is always to flush it. Flush everything, and then you have a recessed handle here. Of course, you can also use the frame as the handle to close the door. Okay, but I thought it'd be nicer to have a pair, front and back. And over here, this one acts as the door frame for the sliding door. So when you close Okay, it rests perfectly flat on this frame, because this one has to be finished with the laminate. And then there's this L panel, okay, glass, clear glass, so more light can pass through, and also you can see what's happening outside. So if you look at the design, my design intent is to start from the main entrance and have the same design language all the way from the shoe cabinet to the dining area to the kitchen and all the way to the living. Okay, so at the living there's this feature wall, which is a plain feature wall with some simple groove lines. So my carpenter, he's painting the groove line, which is in black. Okay, and then the sofa will be here, or a couch here. And over here is a flush fitted door. So when the door is closed, you can see that the entire panel is just flat, okay, flush. So this is a door that is very discreet, and then you just need to push. So there won't be any lock set here because you don't need any handle or lock set. So you just push and it will stay, right? Because we are using the pivoted door hinge. And of course at the back, it's important that you have a handle here. Okay, so I've bought this handle online. Okay, so this is the one, and it's a double-sided tape, and anyone can easily just stick it at the back of the door, okay, without seeing any screw holes. Okay, I don't like to see any screw holes on the handle itself, so this is the best solution for now. Okay, so you just stick it here, and I've used this before. It's very durable, it doesn't come up. Okay, and then you can pull certain weight, because this kind of a door has got some weight because of the soft closing, and also it's quite a thick door. Okay, just stick it here in the middle, and then you can easily open the door. So over at the TV side, okay, my client has got his own TV console, which is in thick wood color. The thick wood color will be quite similar to the skirting color tone. So I've proposed some top storage with 3 open niche. Okay, of course there's a LED light for some display. Okay, so this is a very simple one. I've taken, importantly is you must know your TV console height, including the TV height, so that your TV does not hit any cabinet that you have on top. Okay, so it's better to give some allowance from the TV to your any cabinet that you're going to build on top. So once he has moved in, I'll take the final part of this home renovation. So continue to watch all my other videos, and remember to like and share my channel. So I'll see you soon in my next video.